Hey everybody, it's that time again. Time for Daryl's Monday Market Report. Before we get into the numbers, I know rates are popping up and down, and I'm definitely seeing a slight slowdown in the lower price points as buyers are getting more picky. Homes are sitting on the market a few days longer, some are coming back. So just a word to the wise as a seller. Just keep in mind, especially if you're below 400, to make sure that house is move-in ready. Doesn't mean you got to have all the latest fancy upgrades, but you want it to be at least in average condition. You got broken windows, you got rotted wood. Just keep in mind that you're going to eliminate FHA and VA buyers. I know some agents will tell you don't accept FHA or VA offers. I would say you're eliminating 50% of your buyers. Not a wise choice. That's up to you. But anyway, just keep that in mind as this market's ever changing. It's still a strong seller's market, and you'll see that as we go into the numbers again this week. Collin County, I mentioned, I think last week or week before, is now more expensive than Austin, the first time in history. And this year, from what I've read, everyone's predicting home prices will rise by about 9%. That's about a little less than half of what it went up last year, which is really healthy. And even though a lot may not like to hear me say this, but I think rising rates are a good thing because we need that massive rise in property values here to slow down. Because property taxes are becoming an issue, something that's hitting us all as homeowners. I'm a homeowner, so I definitely protest my taxes every year. Hopefully you are too. Just wanted to say that before I got into the report this week. So this week, in all of Collin County, from being new to the market to having been sold, we're at 1,077 properties. That's down 119 from last week. Again, we're going to have weekly variations, just par for the course, but hopefully we'll see more inventory. We're still like just 21 days of inventory across Collin County. It's pretty small. So that's why sellers, strong market for your buyers. It's a little tougher market, becoming less tough, but now sellers, you have to keep in mind as rates go up, buyers will be able to purchase less in terms of house price. So you may need to be prepared for less over list price offers. And I have seen appraisals getting tight. So something to keep in mind. I was talking to one of my agents today, and appraisals are being delayed on a closing I had recently. It took a while for the appraisal to get done. And if you're buying rural property, expect that for sure. You may need more than 21 days in your finance period. Talk to your agent about that. Okay, so in Collin County this week, the last 7 days, had 352 new properties, either new to the market or had price changes. Had 268 that went under contract, 207 that went pending, and 250 that sold. And in Allen, this week, new to the market or price change, we had 33 properties. We had 28 that went under contract, 17 that went pending, and 30 that sold. Now, the new to the market, the number looks good until you look at all the under contract and pending and sold. Basically, zero-sum game in the number of properties on the market. Inventory is still super tight, even in a city like Allen. Lucas, 3 new properties hit the market that had a price change. We had 4 that went under contract, 2 that went pending, and nothing that sold. So it might be a little more inventory in Lucas this week. Small city, so not a big deal there. Parker, 2 new properties hit the market this week or had a price change. We had 3 that went under contract, nothing went pending, and 1 that sold. You can kind of see that the number of solds are down a little, but again, that's going to vary week to week just depending on how many homes hit about 30 days earlier going under contract. Fairview, 1 new property hit the market, had a price change. We had 1 that went under contract, 1 that went pending, and nothing sold. So now we're to the big 3 of Collin County. This week, number 1's Mckinney at 251 new properties, either new to the market all the way to having been sold. Frisco's a solid number 2 at 206. Plano's number 3 at 198. So Plano this week, 60 new properties hit the market or had a price change. We had 52 gone under contract, 32 that went pending, and 54 that sold. Look at these numbers. Mckinney and Frisco, so similar. Mckinney, new to the market, had a price change this week, had 71. We had 66 go under contract, 59 that went pending, and 55 that sold. Frisco, magic number, 71 new properties new to the market or a price change this week. 51 went under contract, 31 went pending, and 53 that sold. And the three larger markets are definitely a good picture of overall what's going on in Collin County. It's just super hot, tight inventory. The new inventory hitting the market, even in the bigger cities, there's just not enough inventory. Hopefully that will resolve itself. I'd like to see us in a balanced market where there's about 6 months of inventory. Better for everybody. Property values are rising a little less, which may sound counterintuitive, but at the level we're at, we've never been this high before in DFW, so we really want to see it moderate some. Melisa this week, 9 new properties hit the market or at a price change, so a lot of new construction there, so the new properties hit the market may skew the numbers a little. We had 4 that went under contract, 6 that went pending, and 7 that sold. Princeton this week, always lots of new construction going on there. 19 new properties hit the market or had a price change. We had 12 that went under contract, 7 that went pending, and 8 that sold. And wide awake Wylie again, as usual, smoking hot. 24 new properties hit the market at a price change this week. We had 12 that went under contract, 7 that went pending, 15 that sold. Lavon, 3 new properties hit the market at a price change. We had 1 go under contract, 10 that went pending, and 2 that sold. In Anna this week, we had 13 new properties hit the market or at a price change. Lots of new construction up there if you're wanting to live far north, close to Grayson County. It's the next city just south of Alstyne. Nice area, lots of new construction again, as I said. 13 new properties there this week. We had 10 that went under contract, 11 that went pending, and 7 that sold. Farmersville, New communities coming up there. Not sure how far along they are. I haven't been out there in a bit, but we had 2 new properties hit the market this week or had a price change. 3 went under contract, 2 that went pending, and 4 that sold. So you see, even in our smaller areas, Farmersville is definitely small and rural, relatively speaking anyway. And last but not least, Alstyne again, and Grayson and Collin. 8 new properties hit the market this week or had a price change with 3 that went under contract, 4 that went pending, and 8 that sold. Hope you find this report useful. If you have any questions about what's going on in our neighborhood, anywhere in DFW, I'm happy to answer questions as I can. If you have any questions about a topic you'd like me to cover, I'm more than happy to. I finally am about to do something on a new cash buyer program that's available to clients that I work with now. Look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one. See you next Monday.